You've got a journal graveyard, don't you? That stack of half-used planners you swore would absolutely change your life. I've been there. I'm going to show you how I turned my bullet journal into the only planner that's ever actually stuck, even with my ADHD and autism in the mix. And I will show you today how to make yours actually work for your brain without needing perfect spreads, fancy pens, or impossible consistency. So if you've ever bought a planner and ghosted it 2 weeks later, stay with me. Now, if planning feels overwhelming and necessary all at once, hit that subscribe button. This is where we are going to figure out how to work with our neurodivergent brains, not against them. Okay, welcome back, Neuroglorious Gang. It's your neurofabulous friend, Nicola, and today we are liberating your planner graveyard. Here's why I am your girl for this. I sold my bullet journaling blog after it hit millions of views. I worked for one of the largest notebook brands in maybe the world, and now I've been officially late diagnosed with AuDHD, so autism and ADHD, which honestly explains a lot. So when I say I've tried every planner system under the sun, I genuinely mean it. This is the one today. We talk about it today. This is the one that stuck. All right, we're going to start today with why traditional planners fail for neurodivergent brains. Let's start with the truth. Most planners are designed for neurotypical brains, structured, sequential, predictable. Our brains, not so much. We thrive on interest, urgency, novelty, accountability, not neat little boxes. Executive dysfunction is where your brain knows what it should do, but the part that turns plans into action is a little offline or a little janky. And that's where traditional planners fall apart. They assume you can already sequence, prioritize, and remember consistently. Bullet journaling, though, lets you bypass that. So, the journal graveyard, the ADHD cycle. This is where the graveyard comes in. Planners feel amazing when they're new. They smell amazing. They feel amazing. But when we lose steam, the moment is not novel anymore. Or it feels too bossy. Or we miss a day and then we spiral into planner guilt. Sound familiar? Here's the thing. ADHD brains love novelty, and we get the dopamine rush when something feels new, exciting, or full of potential, like a shiny new planner or notebook. I can smell my new one now. But once the novelty wears off, it's like our brain looks at the same planner and goes, oh, no, boring, no reward here. So, if it's not interesting, urgent, new, or accountable to someone, likelihood is we're out. It's not about laziness though. It's about how our brains are wired to chase stimulation. This is why planners feel amazing until they don't. Okay, we are going to leave the office space and we are going to go for a walk down the stairs and we are going to go and have a look at my planner graveyard. As we flip through the pages of our absolute planner graveyard, you can see very clearly that I didn't use all the things that I made, even though I took photos of it and said that I did. I tried. I did try. You can see a lot of the trackers are not filled in, a lot of the pages are not filled in. It just got too cluttered and too difficult to use. Moving into 2019,
and it was COVID starting time, I think. I don't even know, it says COVID in there. Didn't even use the calendar, can't even tell you that I used the tracker. It turned into a journal. And then my most recent one isn't even a bullet journal, it's just notes.
I will never journal again.
So, let's break the rules, and it's why bullet journals work. Now, if you're new to the term, a bullet journal, or bujo, is a system created by Ryder Carroll that combines planning, note-taking, journaling, goal setting, and memory keeping all into one flexible location. Side note, Ryder Carroll also has ADHD. Here's the thing, it's not a planner template, it's more a framework. It's a permission slip.
I am ready to take some control back.
You get to decide the layout, you can change it week by week, scribble over your to-do list, make it as chaotic or as structured as you need. That flexibility is gold for ADHD and also for autism. We need structure, but we also need freedom, novelty, and the ability to adapt. This video isn't a full bujo setup. It's not a tutorial. Though, if that's what you're looking for, I've linked 2 of my favorite how to start videos just below. You can find one for complete beginners and another for more neuro-friendly or neurodivergent friendly spreads. Here today, we're talking about how to make bullet journaling actually stick, especially if you've never managed to keep a planner alive past the 2nd week. Let's talk about that rush. The thrill of buying a new planner. It's clean, full of possibility. And for that one moment, it feels like this will finally be the planner that will get your life together.
This journal will change my life.
That's dopamine, baby. ADHD brains love novelty. The smell of the fresh paper, the color-coded stickers, we are all in. 2 weeks later though, it's gathering dust and it's making us feel like we failed again. Truth is, we didn't fail. The planner just stopped giving us the dopamine we needed. It wasn't built to hold our interest, and it definitely wasn't designed with executive dysfunction or time blindness in mind. That's how you end up with a stack of beautiful, half-finished ghosts, dead in the water, the journal graveyard. And mine, it's extensive. So, I'm curious to know, tell me in the comments, what's your funniest or most tragic thing in your planner graveyard? Bonus points for half-used habit trackers. All right, let's talk about really the elephant in the room. Autism versus ADHD, the productivity clash. And here's something I've learned about myself. When it comes to productivity, my autism side wins every single time. Structure, control, predictability, my autistic brain thrives on it. In fact, it's so strong that the tools I use to stay organized, the systems, the structure, the rules, can actually become so rigid they start stifling my ADHD side. And suddenly, what was meant to help me starts feeling like a cage. And just like that, it is back to the graveyard. So, how did I make this work for my AuDHD brain? Neurodivergency. What a trip. Now, to make it actually work, I had to find a hybrid system that fits both sides of my brain. So, I use a planner that has vertical dates, customizable inserts, and removable pages, and then I layer on top of that the bullet journal method so that they kind of work together. These kinds of planners are pretty common now, and you can get a punch tool to add your own pages. And I love this because I can pull the pages out when they feel too messy or overwhelming, or I can rearrange things when my brain needs a reset. But it also means it gives me the structure my autism really craves, the flexibility my ADHD demands, all in one place. So here's my system now. I have one planner, notebook for everything. There's no separation anxiety. I use a special pen. I use my fountain pen, which I get really excited about, and I look for things that bring me sensory joy. So my fountain pen makes a really cool scratchy sound on the paper. It gets me so excited. I also color code for the visual dopamine, so I use highlighters, I use stickers, I use whatever I need. And I use it when I want to, not out of guilt. I've also let go now of making it look a certain way. Some pages are scribbly and chaotic, others are super tidy. Both are valid. It's not a productivity show, it's a thinking tool, and it's finally working for me. So, tips for ADHD and autism planning. Some spreads I definitely swear by, and I want to make sure that we're energy-based planning and not becoming kind of tied up in strict timelines. Sensory logs and meltdown recovery checklists are great because sometimes I'll be in a meltdown and I won't actually know what to do. So it's really good to have a checklist to go through and make sure that I have something available to me on the go. Visual goal trackers that don't shame, and I will cover tracking in a later video because sometimes it doesn't work for ADHD, as we can see. And I leave a lot of blank space on purpose for when life gets a bit more chaotic. All right, do you want to steal my actual bullet journal setup and get neurodiverse friendly templates and journal prompts? Well, grab my free Neurodivergent Bujo starter kit, links below, it's free, just click, download it, it'll be fun. If you felt seen today, please give me a like. And if you want to keep unmasking your productivity with me, hit a subscribe. We will be here.